top 3 do's and don'ts as a real estate agent heading into 2025. I get asked all the time, Edin, what should I do? What should I avoid? What do I need to do to make my business a little bit better? The first thing that I want to talk about that you should try and do and embrace in 2025 is technology. So leveraging technology can be a huge aspect to a real estate profile, leveraging things like virtual tours, AI tools, CRM processes. For example, I know that, one of the CRMs that we use, it makes it a lot simpler to actually follow up, nurture, automatically, text people, book appointments, organize, stay organized, and that kind of thing. It can help streamline your business, but also help you scale a business over time, because then you no longer have to nurture leads automatically or manually, and so forth. Second thing that I would do, which is very important, is actually building an online presence. Now, I would look at people like Steve Gold, Ryan Serhan. These are people who I follow on Instagram and watch their videos. And when I do watch them, I actually try and digest what it is that they're showing to their ideal target audience and why it is that they're actually posting that specific walkthrough, market update, trend, or whatever it may be in terms of their social media presence. So building that online presence is, I would say, huge. You can also work on building a personal website. You can offer tips to individuals, do walkthroughs, virtual tours, client testimonials, and so forth. These are all things that you can post on social media, which makes you not only more credible and builds that source of trust with your leads and prospects, but also make you just basically have more engagement with individuals. And when leads see you're posting and you're having content out there, it's going to bring in more leads as well organically. The third thing that I want to focus on, which I think you guys should do heading into 2025, is actually focusing on education. I would say continuous education, learning about, courses, industry, events, and so forth, but also staying on top of market trends. Basically go hand in hand with number two of, building an online presence. If you're able to actually stay on top of market trends, then you're actually able to provide more value, utmost value to your clients, your prospects, because you can share stuff that maybe they didn't know otherwise. And that can also progress the sale forward, which I'll talk about here in a second. Now, with online education and coaching, the next thing that is really important is hiring some sort of mentor, or I guess you can call them a coach, because you can learn 10 times faster if you basically invest a few $1,000s into somebody who is a top 1 or 10 or 25% agent in the US. And the biggest thing from this is that they've been in the industry for 10, 20, 30 years, and they know a thing or two about what it takes to convert leads, online leads, referrals, SOI, whatever it may be. And by paying them to coach you, you are now streamlining that process of growth. You are paying down your debt of ignorance of not knowing what it takes to close more deals. And the biggest thing that separates you from somebody who is in the industry for 30 years is basically ignorance. So pay down that debt of ignorance and, invest in coaching with them and learn a thing or two about the industry, your specific industry, and how you can convert more leads, because you will eventually get to where they're at. And if you if you invest in mentorship or coaching, you will get there 2 times, 3 times, 4 times faster. Now, I want to get into the top 3 things that you should avoid or not do getting into 2025 as a real estate agent. And the first one, kind of going back, is do not ignore market trends. Market trends are always being affected, whether it's because of sustaining work, remote work, sustainability, rates, and so forth. These are things that you want to stay on top of, because the biggest thing that I would say is you can progress the sale forward. If you have some people who are saying they're 3, 6, or 12 months out from buying or selling a home, by providing them this information or specific market trends, this might be able to actually progress the sale forward. Now, the best real estate agents stay on top of this and are very good at sales. And when they actually go and talk to their prospects, they're able to not only, I wouldn't say convince or persuade them, but be able to show them the right path. And maybe, hey, it might be better to sell your house now rather than 6 months, because right now the value is going to be a little bit higher than what we're expecting in 6 months. Or hey, maybe right now might not be the best idea to purchase a home. Maybe it might actually be a better idea to purchase a home in 3 months or 6 months or a year, because you'll actually get a better deal. And what that's going to do is it's going to separate you from other agents who are just saying, yeah, buy right now might be the best time. And if right now is the best time to buy a house, show them why and explain to them why it is. But either way, make sure that you explain them in the best possible way and actually provide them the most value that is honest and truthful, because 9 out of 10 times they're going to end up going with you because you're showing them what they do not know otherwise. So if right now might be the best time, show them why. If in 6 months might be the best time to buy a house, then explain to them why 6 months is going to be better. Because Maybe their timeline was 12 months, and maybe the average agent's trying to tell them to buy now. But if you're telling them 6 months might actually be better than 12 months, that might actually stand out to them, and they might say, hey, this agent's actually really going out of their way to, help me and provide me value. Going into number two of the things that I would avoid is neglecting client relationships. There is so much money and so much value in nurturing relationships, in follow up, in personalized communication. I actually talk about in a separate video reactivation campaigns and what you can learn from, you know, essentially running a reactivation campaign on your own or having somebody do it for you. Now, the beauty in, I would say, real estate is majority of the money is in the nurture and the follow up. So if you have the right sort of relationships built and you're staying top of mind with those individuals, you're building your book of business, your pipeline is going to stay very, very active, and you're going to have consistent deals every single month because of that. Now, moving into number three, before I get into number three, I basically want to just say one thing. I speak to a lot of agents on a regular basis, and they often tell me that they don't know where to go. They kind of feel stuck in the business. There's another video that I have, which is basically talking about the top two things of why 99% of real estate agents fail. If you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch that video. It's actually going to teach you a lot about what you can do today to actually, not fail in your business and actually reach financial freedom. So number three is don't resist change. There's a lot of dangers in sticking to the old ways. For example, the newspaper industry didn't know that they were going to, become obsolete after a certain amount of years, but eventually we all know that nobody actually reads newspapers anymore. So staying ahead of, trends, not being stuck in your own ways, because let's face it, door knocking and maybe mailing lists are becoming outdated. You might have to look into new avenues and new practices and essentially focus on adaptability, because that is what's going to separate you from a lot of other agents. People who are doing the new best thing, chances are going to be more successful than you because you're door knocking or sticking in the old ways. I know, for example, just look at Ryan Serhant. He's a top agent in the United States, and he's consistently updated what he has done over the years, and that's why he's become the number one agent in the U.S., or at least top 10 agent in the U.S. So I hope this video is helpful. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one, and if you can, like, comment, subscribe on the bottom. That would mean a lot. Thanks, guys. Take care.